guys, and welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Pulse. I'm my partners Robert and Ryan. I am J-Man. This edition of the Pulse is going to give you guys our WWE TLC 2014 review. Just getting off the air on the network. Kind of a mixed bag here. Some good stuff, some really shitty stuff. Another traditional hibernation mode WWE pay-per-view in December here. We kicked off the show with the pre-show. We had the New Day going up against Golden Stardust. Your pretty stock, basic, Raw type tag match here. It wasn't really anything special. The New Day got the win, and when we finally got down to it, we were talking a couple weeks ago about how we think it's just, a PG version, face, happy-go-lucky version of the Nation of Domination.
Right.
So we needed to come up with a name that is way better than the New Day, because that is not good enough. Nope. We have standards to meet here, people.
So what's the perfect name for it?
The perfect name that we came up with here. They're so happy. They're so lucky. They're so fucking good joy fucking time. They're the Nation of Celebration, y'all.
Celebrate good time. Come on!
The New Day, or as with the newly named Nation of Celebration.
Nation of Celebration.
Getting the win in the pre-show matchup there. First match on the official card, we had the ladder match for the Intercontinental title, and we had champion Luke Harper going up against Dolph Ziggler.
It's always nice to see the Intercontinental title in a ladder match. Like the announcers talked about, WrestleMania 10 with Razor and Shawn, and kind of some of the great moments of the IC title. Obviously Luke Harper being, just getting the title not that long ago and being new to WWE, he's a great worker. He just, seeing him do stuff in some spots that he was able to take in these ladders, you think the average guy would be dead. And just seeing him be able to rise up from those spots. And Dolph Ziggler took a hell of a spot and cut open right in his forehead. And when the referee came over trying to stop the bleed, he just kind of pushed him off and ran back in the ring. Dolph was on the ladder trying to climb it and just super kicked Luke Harper in order to climb the ladder. And he's just one of those typical ladder matches. You get the ladder spots, you get the ladder going from the ring to the announcer's table, which Harper ended up getting, was it clotheslined onto it, or how do you fall into that?
I just hit him with a ladder.
Yeah, he hit him with the ladder, he just fell back on it. So, but it was great seeing Dolph new champion Dolph Ziggler, and that was he a 4-time Intercontinental champion now?
Something like that.
Hopefully they'll build him up to bigger and better things. Maybe a world champion, hopefully by the end of 2015.
Yeah, great opener there. I thoroughly enjoyed that matchup. And Dolph Ziggler, the new Intercontinental Champion, in that matchup there. Next matchup with the WWE Tag Titles line win champions The Miz and Damien Mizdow went up against the Usos.
These guys have had a couple matches together, and they've all been kind of standard-y and kind of whatever. The thing they're doing with Miz and Sandow is extremely entertaining. Honestly, I think the fans, if Sandow just ran with Miz's gimmick and Miz disappeared forever, I'm pretty sure nobody would even notice. I think that, Damien, I don't want to call him Mizdow.
I know.
I don't want to call him the Damien Mizdow. Just the guy, the gimmick he had before this, it's one of those situations where it's just like WWE kind of just screwed up. Like the gimmick was good, the guy can work, the fans liked him even when he was a heel. Now they just like him even more, and the whole gimmick of him just playing off of just doing everything the Miz does, like it's so simple, but at the same time it's stupid, but it's still really entertaining. Like it's something that you're like, this is ridiculous and it's so stupid, but it comes off really well. And they're running the whole, when Miz lifts the title up and he gets booed, and then, Sandow lifts up his, plastic titles and the crowd cheers for him. It's an interesting dynamic, but the match itself, I guess, was just kind of iffy and affy, and it was a DQ finish. Was it Miz hit one of the Usos with one of the slammies or something, and they got DQ'd, and I don't know. It was whatever, but overall, it was one of the typical tag matches like they would have on Raw. It was nothing like special or anything. Just the Mizdow stuff was pretty entertaining, like always.
Yep. Next up, we had the Steel Stairs match between The Big Show and Eric Rowan, or I think Renee Young just titled it the Steel Steps match.
The Steel Steps
Steps match. This was as atrocious as we predicted it would be. Fucking terrible. I don't even know, you can't really elaborate on what we saw there and what we witnessed.
What did we say, Eric? We were coming up with like Eric. If they want to use Eric Rowan, his whole thing was the Wyatt gimmick, and he was with the Wyatt family. Like, you know, if they're gonna get back together or whatever. But we were just trying to come up with gimmicks for him that he could just pull off and just what owner of a wine vineyard.
We call it, it's gonna be the connoisseur.
The connoisseur Eric Rowan. And he just comes out and he just has a monocle and he drinks just wine out of a nice glass. Didn't somebody try to do that one time? Chavo or something?
What?
Was that Kerwin White? I can't remember. No, he was a golf caddy. That's what it was. Or he just like swirls it around his cup and he like sniffs it. This is some good ass wine, bro.
Oh God.
No, we were just trying to come up with something for him, but
yeah. But
like IQ like a 120 or something.
I don't know.
His IQ was. They said his IQ was
promo that
insane.
he cut and said that, but Big Show getting the win here. We were just talking. It's just time to hang him up. We just come on. They've turned him face, or they turned him heel again for the 8 millionth time. He's turned face 15,000 times. I mean,
I think he's been heel face more than any wrestler. I'm sitting here thinking,
I guarantee
heel face.
I guarantee.
He's flipped back and forth so many times. I can't think of somebody who's been heel face.
I can think of on top of the card guys. If you'd be like, okay, 2010, what was this person? I'd be like, oh, he was heel, or he was. I couldn't name a year. I couldn't tell you what the fuck he was.
Well, it probably changed from the beginning, middle, and end. It's probably heel face heel the whole year.
Because just his character, he's so fucking versatile. He could just
right.
When I think Big Show, I just think of versatile character.
Yeah,
that's
I think
think of.
Big Show just McDonald's play set drum. What is it, the tumble drum thing? What are those things called with the ball pit?
Oh my God! We got my sister that for Christmas. We have
exciting.
A personalized ball.
Well, don't let Big Show in there.
It's gonna be the shit. Hopefully, Elle's not watching this. She wouldn't know what we're doing. Hopefully, she's not watching this. So Big Show getting the win in the Steel Steps matches. We'll just go ahead and classify it now. Can't wait for the next one in that series of outstanding matches. Next up. We had the tables match between Seth Rollins and John Cena. If John Cena lost this matchup, he would no longer be the number one contender for the WWE World Championship. God, this just started as just a mixed bag of just shit. You had the New Age Stooges coming out there and getting involved and trying to help Rollins. You had them try to make something out of this, and it just turned into just some shit again. We had the spot where they had Cena throw Rollins through and had him act like the match was going to be over, had the ref knocked out, had to do the double spot where they act like there's a fucking tie, try to figure out who went through the fucking thing first, and we're just sitting like, God damn. Like, every time, they do this so many fucking times where they don't want to make the other one look like a bitch. Then why even fucking make the goddamn match if you don't want to, but, that wasn't the finish that we got, but we've seen it so many times, time in and time out where they're like, they don't want to put another guy over another guy. It's like, God damn, just, we were, Ryan mentioned something that's just like, it just, at the end of the day, go out there, put politics, put bullshit, put egos to the side, just fucking work a goddamn match and deliver us something. Because those fucking finishes.
And I don't really think it's Cena or Seth Rollins either. I think those guys probably were like, I know Seth Rollins wanted to be like, dude, after that NXT show, he wanted to be like, I wrestled in NXT.
Oh, and did they have
I'll go back right now.
Yeah. Oh, did they have some shit to follow from Thursday night? Holy hell. But yeah, I mean, we saw that, and we're just like, God damn, not that again. It didn't end that way. They restarted. Had fucking Big Show come out and inject his goofy ass fucking into this fucking situation. Have him come out there and, hit Cena and then go for that shit.
And then don't forget Roman Reigns
Roman
return.
Reigns comes out and does his fucking
2 moves.
Little fucking spree of bullshit.
2 moves.
Got done stroking his forearm for 3 hours and playing Call of Duty. He was like, I gotta get out here in this shit, brother. I don't know why I just did a Hulk Hogan impersonation. That didn't fit. But yeah, then fucking they did the Superman punch into the fucking attitude adjustment for Cena and getting the win. It just, whatever. Had fucking Reigns cut his promo, fucked it up. Shocker there.
I declare myself in the rumble.
Be in this shit again. You thought last year was good. Just wait to see.
It's gonna be so much gooder.
It's gonna be the goodest ever. It's gonna be the most goodest thing you have ever fucking seen. Announcing that he's in the Royal Rumble. Lottie fucking da.
Which basically what he was trying to say was, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry, don't stress. I'm going to win this, so be sure you guys know that. Cena getting the win here. Another day at the office. Nothing fucking different here. We had the ultimate little face fucking little spree towards the end with Reigns coming out helping Cena. What the fuck ever. The 2014 Superstar of the Year came out and helped John Cena.
Yeah.
2014 Superstar of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, as voted on by none of you.
Yeah.
Wait. I thought the fans voted on the Slammies.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's what they say.
Oh, that's what they say.
Well, Bryan has been out longer than Reigns. I would have had him win it over Roman Reigns.
Oh, Seth Rollins has been doing some really quality stuff.
Yeah.
He's been doing great things. Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt. I mean, no, we're giving it to the guy who was sitting on his ass, or actually was sitting in acting classes when he was on his
He failed acting class, you mean?
John Cena getting the win in the little face jerk-off fest at the end of that fucking matchup. Next matchup, we had the Divas Championship on the line. CM Punk tuning in to champion Nikki Bella going up against AJ Lee.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say about the Bellas. Either they're going to feud each other or they're together. Is this with AJ possibly leaving, not leaving? The whole thing with CM Punk. You just don't know where WWE's going with this. They need to take a look at NXT and try to redo that on the pay-per-view. It was pretty short, sweet, to the point. Bam, bam, boom. The only real interesting spot was Brie had wrapped AJ around the ring post and was trying to, make her submit, and she didn't. And then, Brie hit that, sprayed something in her eyes, either hairspray or perfume or something, kind of blinded her, and she hit that rack attack and ended up getting the pin.
She's been watching some beautiful people's matches. Nikki retaining the Divas Championship in that matchup there. Next up, god damn it. We had the chairs match between Kane and RoboCop. Half Robo. All right, so the rowboating RoboCop that is Ryback. God, you people wish you could be here whenever we watch pay-per-views. Oh, do you wish?
So we were sitting there thinking, and we were just, Noah was talking, we were just kind of watching it, and this match was going on, and I was like, man, sometimes I don't even think before I speak. I just start rambling on, and I don't even understand half the shit I say.
Sometimes you don't think that?
I mean, I have an inkling of an idea of where I'm going the first, 6 words, and then after that, it kind of just spews off into a bunch of nonsense. But for the most part, we were sitting here, and I was like, Ryback's like the human version of RoboCop, except he's not Robo or Cop. And he's like, they're like, Robo? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you mean robot? I'm like, Robo. It's short for robot, dick. And like, that makes no sense. But either way, I always just think of just gimmicks of things that these people could be doing, or just other things they could be doing other than wrestling.
He's the big guy. The big guy.
And you have no idea how many times I've just, I had an idea for Ryback to call him Cryback.
Yep.
He's just a badass, and just anytime he just hurt, he injures, just have him injure somebody in the ring.
He's sensitive.
Yeah, and just have him cry. That'd be genius. Yeah. That'd get over.
Talked about how he just wants to just row a boat over to an island that he is suspected is filled with bananas.
Yeah, Vince McMahon.
They fucking lied.
Promised him. He says, "I'll owe you one, Ryback." You row over to this island. There will be bananas.
I will owe you one.
And you got over there. There are no fucking bananas here.
No bananas here.
You guys lied. Did we even talk about the match? I haven't even talked about. It sucked.
There was a match in there.
It was a bunch of. There was one good spot where Kane threw a chair into Ryback's head.
That was cool.
And almost
right in his face.
Yeah, and it was extremely loud, and
it was entertaining.
It ain't like it made him any dumber, but
that's hard to do.
Yeah, but
impossible.
The match was just whatever. It was just Ryback and Kane roaming around with just chairs and just throwing them, and just
10 minutes of our lives we cannot get back.
Just a bunch of random chair nonsense. I don't know. The MVP of that match was the chair, by the way. It was. But yeah, the match was just whatever. It was.
I kind of just want to. I want to know Ryback's opinion on the new RoboCop movie.
The new RoboCop movie.
Do you think he enjoyed it? Do you think he is more fond of the original, or Michael Keaton was in this last one? So he's Batman.
I'm pretty sure Ryback Like, the only thing he thinks about is the next
Do you
meal
think
he's going to be having.
Do you think he can comprehend movies? Like, do you think Ryback watched, like, Memento? Do you think he would even understand what's going on?
What?
He would be like...
Why does he have tattoos
He's
on
like,
him?
I like tattoos, but I don't have any.
I just feel like he would just completely overanalyze just the... Why is this fish trying to find his...
I feel like he would
analyze something?
Finding Nemo. Why is
he
he trying to find his son?
Watching, like, Clifford the Big Red Dog. He would probably
he would confuse the most... easiest thing.
Just the things we think about in Ryback's life that I would just like to... I would like to see...
What do you care?
I would like to just see it firsthand. How does he brush his teeth?
I think Ryback...
How does he... What if he is...
He uses, like, his forearm.
What if he does...
I'm imagining.
What if he, like,
brush?
What if his tire pressure isn't... What if he... What if... Have you ever thought of him, like, airing his tires?
What if it blows up in his face and he...
I just want to know how he does these things. Does he... How does he climb a tree?
Clown gimmick.
How about his 90s,
Wouldn't it be hilarious?
How about his 90s outfit?
Wouldn't it be hilarious if he did a clown gimmick? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Boo, I'm a clown. That's a ghost, dumbass.
Or his 90s attire.
Alakazam, that's a magician, dumbass.
The outfit he stole.
Blow some balloons.
Stole from
I got a lot of air in my... I got a lot of air in my lungs.
He would be like the old veteran clown that, like, is an alcoholic. It's like...
He's got, like, the scruffy beard. He, like, sits on the street.
He, like, just, like, sits on the thing and just drinks, like,
I'll wrestle for crack.
He drinks mercury?
I imagine he's a murker.
He's a murker.
I imagine Ryback's a murker.
Oh, man.
Now
I just feel like we're bullying. We're on a bashing on this one.
There's a difference between bashing and bullying. We're just bashing him because he's garbage. So
yeah. So that happened.
It's exciting. Well, we're done.
That was fun. Next matchup, we had the U.S. title line when champion Rusev went up against Jack Swagger. We were talking. We enjoyed what Swagger did in this build. Me and Ryan both thought the exact same thing about coming off just like a fucking hard ass, like almost a Kurt Angle-esque type. As far as the American kind of thing goes and the background and all that kind of shit. I think that side of thing is definitely something that we could focus on in Swagger. We didn't get to see any of that because Rusev just squashed him in fucking no time. Got him in the accolade, which seemed like 5 fucking minutes. I don't know, Robert, time check?
5 minutes.
Okay. Which was no time. So, I mean, the build of Rusev continues here. They have not faltered with this. They have not fucking taken a step back by any means. We were waiting for the ultimate push cock blocker, John Cena, to get in Rusev's way to see whenever that'll finally get halted a little bit. But until then, or until anything in the near future comes up, Rusev's build continues to grow and grow, and he continues to progress during this. So Rusev looking hella strong in this and retaining the U.S. Championship here at TLC. Next matchup, we had the main event. Was the TLC match between Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose. Definitely, we were all looking forward to this one. Happy to see that it was the main event here. These guys went out there and had themselves a little war with a lot of fun little spots here and there. Ambrose taking a bunch of just seemed like every damn second he was jumping off a ladder doing a fucking elbow drop here, there, and everywhere. Did one off a little one, did off the medium sized one, did one off the the biggest one. That he could carry because they booed him whenever they said he couldn't carry the 40-foot or big ass ladder. He's like, I can't carry that shit. So went and did that. Did the table spot over by the Spanish announce table. Some fun spots here and there. I thought Bray Wyatt looked really impressive. Ryan actually mentioned how he looks like he's cut some weight, and I could definitely see that. And a lot of the things that he's done, he moves around a very nimble, bigger guy. We're talking a lot like a Kevin Steen. He's able to do a lot of things that you would never expect from a bigger type guy. Stiff clotheslines. I love Bray Wyatt's clotheslines that he delivers. A lot of just stiff, fucking awesome shit. This is a fun little matchup here. The end, I just don't really know what purpose this serves.
This goes back to you can't just put somebody over clean. They just can't put anybody clean over.
They can't find a way, especially, and it makes no sense with young guys too. It's like, I see it with the John Cena because he's the established, fucking flag bearer. He's the fucking guy. You don't ever, expect them to make him ever look like a bitch or ever blah, 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 whatever the fuck. The few times that they have, but even just get people over on it. But they're doing this with young guys. It's like, I could totally see either of these guys like, let's go steal the show, let's give them something to fuck. And it's just like, they put these finishes in here around what was a quality match, what was a fun match. And it was just out of nowhere. It just made no sense. Like, he just went and grabbed a fucking TV off from the bottom of the ring.
It was still plugged in.
It was on, and he was just like, what? Like,
yeah, just why would there be a TV
absolutely no sense. Why is there a fucking television playing the fucking pay-per-view underneath the ring? Like, what the fuck is... And he grabs it and tries to use it. It's still connected, and he goes, and he has to come back, and then it explodes in his face. I'm just like...
The only possible thing this would do is maybe, because of that's why he lost, so they carry the feud on.
Because he's a lunatic, so he's just going to feud with a television set now?
Yeah.
He probably just wants to feud with the TV set is what they want him to do. But, yeah, just no go on this finish by any means. Made absolutely no sense. Didn't further anything. Didn't make Bray Wyatt look good at all.
As far as I'm concerned, I thought Dean Ambrose, like, for the majority of this match, was like squashing Bray Wyatt.
It did kind of seem like that with all of the, all the high spots off the ladder. I felt like Bray got, his little, shining moments in there too. Obviously, Bray's not a typical guy you'd think jumping off of ladders and shit.
Right.
You don't see him doing that. So obviously, you're going to need the high spots in there with the ladders off the top. I felt like it really wasn't formulated well. It's just kind of like, hey, Dean, go get up this ladder, now jump. Go get up this ladder, now jump. It was kind of just like really predictable, just kind of like blotchy here and there. It wasn't really formulated as far as things, but I still think it was some quality work done in this matchup. We can't take it away from the guys by any means. I think the work that was done in this was really solid. I felt like Wyatt got his spots in here, but I do kind of agree with what Ryan was saying as far as it kind of looked like it was more of a Dean Ambrose kind of oriented style matchup here, but definitely a no-go with this match. I didn't think it served a purpose by any means, and I just didn't think it had any of them coming out looking well. I mean, you got to give one of these guys... I know they're kind of on the same level right now as far as, push goes and this and that. Go with one of them. Just fucking just go with something. I mean, you find a way to salvage the other person in some form or fashion. They're not going to be fucked forever, you know what I mean? But as far as giving us something, don't give us that. I mean, come on. Definitely no go on this finish with Bray Wyatt, and I'm getting the win with this random ass finish to this matchup.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good. It was just kind of a spotty match, like you said. But I don't know. The thing more than anything that I took away from what it was is, we talked about how Lesnar not being there. There's this weird mystique about him being gone and then him showing up. Like the way they have it set up is they have Lesnar as your top guy, and then they have Cena underneath him, and then they have Lesnar squashing him in the last match they had, and then they have Cena, not like nobody he gets in the ring with can get a clean win on him. So it just, how is it going to make sense for any of these guys like an Ambrose or a Wyatt or a Rollins or any of these guys, Dolph Ziggler, to go in there and have any sort of match with Brock Lesnar? Yeah. And that's what I brought off was, well, we don't have a champion. Let's take the two of the hottest acts we have going right now, put them in a feud together, and we talked about it. I mean, Justin talked about it, about how it seems like it's predictable that eventually they would put these guys in a match and make them who's crazier, who's the crazy guy, and and they have Ambrose really like overplaying the Brian Pillman loose cannon type character with him being unstable. I don't know. It to me, it just took away like that they wanted to just take two of their hottest acts and put them in the main event and let them just go out there and just kind of, act crazy and do crazy spots and stuff. It was entertaining, but like I said, Bray Wyatt getting the win and the screwy finish. To me, the most I keep seeing from things is just they can't put a guy over. They don't want to let a guy beat another guy. I don't know if it's politics behind the scene. I don't want this guy to pin me or whatever it is, but you gotta like take it and run with with something. Clearly, they already decided Roman Reigns is gonna win the Royal Rumble, so that's something. But I don't know. Overall, not too bad. I
mean, these two guys feuding actually, match-wise quality, actual true match quality is great. The idea behind it, but this match he just had a lot of like J-Man was saying, kind of it was spotty. It was kind of they're kind of thrown together. It's like now what do we do? Oh, we gotta do this. Okay. Ambrose keep going up down the ladders, and it's like, add some flow to it, change it up a little bit. And when they had on Raw Ambrose and Harper for the IC title, I'm like, perfect, you're going to put the title with this. And they don't do that. It's like, okay, where are we going with this? Where does it continue? Yes, the Rumble's next month, but are they both in the Rumble? Are they going to eliminate each other? Is it going to carry on? Is it dead? Where do you go from here? And the ending was like, now what? you just kind of you're lost.
Yeah, very questionable ending, especially that finish. I just don't think it really just didn't serve really any purpose at all. But regardless of the fact, good work between both guys. Can't definitely deny that by any means. But yeah, kind of capping off the bottom and the top of the card with the ladder match. Starting it out with Dolph Ziggler, getting back the IC title, and then ending with the TLC match. Definitely top and the bottom of the portion of this card definitely delivered. Spots in the middle, not so much. Before we get out of here, we had some quick little news and notes. Wanted to thank you guys. We just surpassed on the Pro Wrestling Pulse, our channel, 500 subscribers. That's really awesome. The transition that we made over from the IWR show a couple years back, I know we abandoned a lot of people, and I know still a lot of people are thinking we're probably dead or some shit or didn't make the transition over, whatever the case may be. We've said it a million times over and over again. It was something that was really, Ryan and I's brainchild we just sat down here and thought we just got to change this shit up because it's not what, it's just not the way that we wanted to start it. We kind of, started it all off and just kind of just kind of get it going. We just wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And we didn't really think of a concept or something cool that we could really get behind and really, make our own. And this is, really what it all came out to be. We're not a goddamn news program. We're not fucking the CNN of professional wrestling. We're just dudes on here talking about fucking pro wrestling and, the shit that we've loved for very, very long. So thank all you guys, for the people that have made the transition, all the new viewers that didn't even watch back in the IWR days. Thank all you guys for your support continued. I know we had some, breaks here and there with, personal shit going on, scheduling shit, whatever the case may be, not able to get on here and do these videos because trust me, if we wanted to, we'd be on here every single fucking day talking about shit because I guarantee we could find something to fucking talk about.
Good and bad.
Yeah, good and bad, exactly. Another thing that's going to be coming up January 5th is going to be our 4th year doing videos. That is fucking crazy how much time flew. Just think back to all the fun shit we did back in the IWR. Just felt like it was yesterday, and now it's 4 years later doing this stuff.
And if you haven't went back and watched the IWR stuff, go back and watch some of the early
Go back
episodes.
and watch our first video and see how absolutely horrendous it was. It was so bad.
It's just
so uncomfortable. So this is... I am J-Man.
The Instant Wrestling
We are the
Report.
Instant Wrestling. We're Instant Wrestling Reporters. Those guys. Wish we could have got that out there. God,
just for you guys who don't know this, we went to a Ring of Honor show here in St. Louis.
This is back in what? The end of 2011 or something?
Yeah, it was a while ago. And we went to, they had this meet and greet thing at this restaurant.
Not even going to go. Weren't even going to go.
We weren't going to go. A Ring of Honor thing. We weren't even going to go. We're like, all right, we'll just check it out. We went there and a bunch of the Ring of Honor guys were there. Eddie, Davey, Briscoes, Lethal, a bunch of the Shelton Benjamin,
All Night Express.
A bunch of the Ring of Honor talent were at this thing and they were signing autographs and having a conversation. It was cool.
Yeah.
And we got some autographs and we were talking to them and and having some conversations and we got to talking to the Briscoes and talking to Jay Briscoe and we were like, man, we got this YouTube channel, man. You should just if we'll record you, just give us a little pop, tell whatever. We're like the Instant Wrestling Report and he's like, yeah, I got y'all, let's do this. And we're like, is it on? Let's do this. And then I would just, hey y'all, I don't remember exactly what was said, but he's like,
hey. Did you better watch those motherfuckers, the Instant Wrestling Reporters?
Watch these motherfuckers on YouTube.
This shit's for real.
This shit's for real. Instant Wrestling Reporters.
Check that shit out. Those are motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It was the greatest thing in the history of ever. And we somehow, we filmed it on Ryan's phone or something, and we could never get the video on it. It was so super splotchy. We had Eddie, he was drunk as shit.
Yeah, Eddie was drunk.
Hey, check out the Instant Wrestling Reporter or something. I don't know what the fuck.
You guys gonna buy me a beer for this? Or I don't remember what was said.
I don't know. It was fucking awesome though, and I wish we could get that goddamn. We were like, we're gonna use it for our intro. It's gonna be the shit. And he's like, man, look at it. And we were just busting up laughing. We were like, that was the greatest thing ever. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Fun times, great stuff, good memories. But yeah, so coming up on our 4th year, fucking crazy. A lot of fun times, a lot of great stuff. Hope to continue it. Hope we could, it's always been just getting on here with our friends and talking about wrestling. That's what I've always said it's been, and it's what it's always been planned out to be. We don't try to be anything fucking more.
Yeah,
and we really are.
It's funny because we, it's just like a group of buddies. We sit around and watch, the pay-per-views together, and the whole time we're watching the show, we're having a conversation and we're goofing and talking on stuff, shitting on stuff, talking about stuff that's happening and everything. And then years ago we're just like, man, this would be great if we just filmed it and gave a review of our opinion and not take it too serious. And in the beginning, we take it too serious. We were just like, we got to do this the way, and it was just robotic. And we're glad to be, doing it like this, and
very chill.
It's pretty cool. So.
Which is what we always wanted to be, just chill.
And Ryan, did you say one time that wrestling is 90% opinion?
90% opinion? Somewhere probably in the video.
Probably. Which it is. I mean, it's a lot of we just get on here and bullshit. I mean, it's a lot of just stuff we want to get out. Because we know a lot of you guys out there are the same way. You just talk with your friends or this and that. We're not fucking on here to fucking be mega super fucking critical about every little fucking thing and this and that and that. And it's just fun. It's what pro wrestling is. It's entertainment. It's fun for us. And that's what it's always been since, me and Ryan were little kids and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's what we come on here and do, and just share what we do on an everyday basis right behind the camera, sitting in front of the fucking TV, just bullshitting about stuff. We just do it in front of the camera for you guys and hopefully for your entertainment. I don't know. It's 4 years going and somebody's still watching out there. But yeah, again, thank you guys for all your support for the over 500 subscribers. It's really awesome. Hope we keep this shit going. But yeah, we're going to get the fuck out of here because I got to get the fuck out. So yeah, this will now wrap up our WWE TLC 2014 review for my partners Robert and Ryan. I am J-Man, and thank you for watching another edition of Wrestling Pulse, the Pulse, Professional Wrestling World.